So let's talk about how one of the biggest songs of 2024 revived a 2004 house party classic. When Shaboozey dropped Tipsy, a country song, it instantly blew up. Country radio, TikTok, Billboard, everywhere. But the foundation of this record, J-Kwon's Tipsy, was a song that ruled every party, every high school dance, and every car stereo in the mid-2000s. What Shaboozey just did wasn't a simple remix. It was a resurrection. He brought J-Kwon's legacy back from the digital crate, dusted it off, and made it global all over again. Let's rewind. The year is 2004. MySpace is the hottest social network. Sidekick phones are flipping open everywhere. AIM messaging being used over texting. And then you hear it. Teen drinking is very bad. Yo, I got a fake ID though. That's J-Kwon's Tipsy. Produced by Track Boys, it dropped as the lead single from his debut album, Hood Hop, under So So Def and Arista Records. The song peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, went platinum, and became the anthem for underage rebellion. J-Kwon was only 17 years old when he recorded it, making the success even crazier. Every basement party, every high school dance, every spring break, Tipsy was there. It was simple, catchy, and fun. He followed it with Hood Hop, another solid track, but it didn't quite match the first one's commercial impact. And like a lot of artists who blow up fast, J-Kwon's fame burned bright and faded even faster. By the 2010s, most people remembered Tipsy as a throwback track from the Tall T era. It had nostalgic value, but it wasn't streaming heavy until Shaboozey came along. Now, fast forward 20 years later, Shaboozey, a Nigerian-American artist out of Virginia, had already been making noise blending hip-hop, trap, and country in a way that felt fresh but familiar. Then in 2024, he dropped Tipsy, a country song. And man, it exploded. It climbed the Billboard Hot 100, dominated Apple Music charts, and became one of the most used songs on TikTok, with creators across demographics using it for everything from line dancing to bar night vlogs. What Shaboozey did was genius. He took the core melody, energy, and vibe of J-Kwon's original, but reframed it through a country lens. Steel guitars, twangy vocals, and storytelling about small-town bar life instead of teenage parties. But the message stayed the same. Everybody getting tipsy. And that's the beauty of it, the universality. Whether you're in St. Louis in 2004 or Nashville in 2024, that energy of cutting loose and having fun connects people. Now, here's what makes this whole thing culturally important. Tipsy, a country song, didn't just give Shaboozey a hit, it gave J-Kwon a second life. Streams of the original Tipsy skyrocketed after Shaboozey's release. Young fans who had never heard of J-Kwon went back to discover it. Suddenly, Tipsy was charting again, 2 decades later. That's legacy preservation. But beyond that, this was also another step in the growing marriage between country and hip-hop that we've seen with artists like Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter album. Shaboozey didn't just bridge genres, he bridged generations. He made something nostalgic feel brand new. And ironically, J-Kwon's teenage anthem ended up finding eternal life through country music, something no one saw coming. This whole story says something bigger about culture music. Nostalgia sells, but authenticity lasts. And Shaboozey didn't copy the song. He respected it, he built upon it, added his own story, and made it relatable to a brand new audience. That's the key difference between a sample and a revival. When done right, you're not just remixing a hit, you're resurrecting a feeling. And that feeling of being tipsy, free care, surrounded by your people, having a moment that feels bigger than life, that's something everyone can relate to, no matter what the genre is. At the end of the day, J-Kwon may not have known that his early 2000s hit would echo through time. But here we are, 20 years later, and he's ever blessed with a second wave of success. Sometimes your biggest moments don't come when you expect them. Sometimes your blessings get remixed and come back louder. Shaboozey proved that the right artist with the right song at the right time can reignite the past and make it even brighter. And for J-Kwon, that might be the most legendary of cheers of them all. Outro music fades in. Narrator. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more cultural deep dives, and let me know, which remix or revival do you think deserves more credit? Until next time, stay ever blessed.